Hey guys, look what I found. I found an old Campbell Husfield air compressor. 4.5 gallon storage, 125 PSI maximum. So it doesn't work, it's dead. It may be that it's scrap, but on the other hand, I couldn't just let something like that go off to the recyclers without oh, there's some air in the tank, without actually taking a look to see what it might be, because who knows, it might be something simple. It might be the power cord, it could be the switch, pressure regulator switch. So before sending this thing off to the recycling bin again, I'm going to at least take a look and see whether it's getting power. If the motor's not getting any power, it ain't gonna compress anything. So yeah, that's the purpose of this video. Show you guys what we're gonna do here. We're gonna take this thing apart and check the switch out, see whether it's a problem with the switch or it's a problem with the motor. Obviously, if the motor's getting power and it's not running, then chances are it's the compressor, the piston seized up, and that'll be the end of it. But it might be the switch that's at fault. Could be the power cord too. So first thing we'll do is we'll check the power cord. We'll check it for continuity and see whether we got continuity. This thing might even have a reset button in it. Don't know. Never seen one of these before. That appears to be the switch. But let's see if we got any continuity between any of the wires here. So the line cord coming in looks to go to these back terminals here, and these terminals are the motor. So let's see, first of all, is the line cord any good? That means that that side is good. The line side is good. Let's try the neutral side. The neutral side is also good. Of course, for the hell of it, we'll test the ground, even though that doesn't really matter. But ground is good. So we know the power cord's good. So now all we need to determine is the switch any good? That side of the switch is good. That side of the switch is good too. When I flip up the lever here, the switch is open. So it's looking already not good. Before we even get into this thing, it's looking like the motor may be the problem. But all is not lost, because we don't know whether there's a thermal cutout on this motor. I just noticed there's a little reset button right on the side here, a little black button that's sticking out. So I just pushed this little button in and it clicked. I wonder if it's going to be that simple. Let's plug it in and see if it's that simple. That's a good sound. More importantly, that pressure gauge is going up, which means that I just found a perfectly good air compressor in the recycle bin. Somebody was too lazy to check and see whether the reset, look at that, beauty, huh? Somebody was too lazy to see if the reset button had tripped right down here. reset button. So I don't know what these things are worth, but you know, I bet these things are worth a few $100. And so looking at the pressure on the gauge here, it's got a regulator on it as well. And pressure blow off here. Yeah, this thing's working. I like it. You can dial in any pressure you want. Got a regulator on it. I'm just looking for pounds per square inch. So you want to set it to 60 pounds to inflate your bicycle tires, or 50 pounds or 40 pounds to inflate your car tires. Now all I need to do is just get me a hose to connect up here. Just gonna make sure this thing isn't sticking. Nope, looks to be good. Get me an air hose. Now I can have some pneumatic tools. I'm liking this find. You know, it just ceases to amaze me, some of the things that people will toss out for you know, for anything, without even checking in to see what possibly could be wrong. So this isn't the first time I've had good finds like this. I found a 46-inch Sony Bravia TV that was discarded, all because the owner of the set had gotten into the menus and had turned off the speakers and didn't know how to turn them on, and I guess could get no help from any of the retailers because their only interest is selling them a new one. And that's probably the same thing that happened with this. It didn't turn on, and whoever owned it didn't care, didn't want to do any research at all, not even to press a button. They just threw it in the garbage, assumed that it was shot. So, hope you enjoyed my find. Little Campbell Housefield compressor. Now I'm going to look this sucker up and see what it's actually worth. Okay, well, there it is. My little air compressor that was discarded, and there was nothing more wrong with it other than the fact that it's got dirt on it. There was nothing more wrong with it than that reset button needed to be pushed in. Oh, sorry, that one. There it is. Reset button needed to be pressed. As you can see, if we look down at the gauge here, it's holding plenty of pressure. Looks like we're storing about 120 psi in the tanks. And the other gauge here, we can dial up whatever pressure we want. So right up the full tank pressure. So this sucker is working perfect. And yeah, talk about great finds. There you go. You never know what people throw out. And occasionally you get a gem, and this is one of them. Now I got to make my way down to Canadian Tire and get me an air hose for this thing, and pump up my own tires without having to visit the gas station and pay $1 to use their compressor. Gotta like it. So I just looked this thing up at the Home Depot. It sells for $200. I would say that's a pretty damn good score.